Hello peoples! In today's video, while running some bunker missions, we came across an abandoned 890 jump. Decided to do some ERTs in it. So I'd like to thank the org mates that accompanied me on this mission. That would be Hammerdookie, Okidokes, and St. Nick Bond. For the rest of you, grab a snack, a tasty beverage, sit back, relax, and let's get to it. So after completing our bunker mission, we have this pristine 890 jump just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere, abandoned. We got to check this out. So as we scamper up the hillside, we find that the elevator has been left down. Awesome! However, it doesn't respond to our repeated attempts to get it to go up. What to do? Well, this is where the carrot comes into play. We've extended the ramp here, and with some extremely good piloting skills from St. Nick Bond, we're going to shoot the airlock door apart and gain access to this beast. Now, it does help to have something a little bit more powerful than a Karna rifle here, but once you gain access, and believe me, you will, you'll be able to shoot it off. We're going to run up here and see if we can power this ship up, and with a little bit of luck, we should be able to. So, into the pilot seat we go, press the buttons and all the doodads to make it power up, and we are in business. So what do you do when you have an 890 jump, the biggest ship currently flyable in the game? Well, that's simple. We're going to go crew it up and then run some ERT missions. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now, one thing that we ran into was we weren't able to repair, refuel, or rearm the ship. And in hindsight, that's because I didn't try to dock at a station. All of the landing pads that we went to were basically just too small to handle this ship. Now, I know you 890 jump owners out there are probably saying, well, Tyjax, you idiot, you got to go dock the ship at a station to refuel and rearm and repair and all that good stuff. I don't have a ship this big, so yeah, it kind of slipped my mind. If docking is the answer, leave a comment in the comment section below so I can learn from my mistakes, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Now, as far as handling the ERTs, this ship is, no problem. It has absolutely no problem taking out a hammerhead, no problem dealing with any of the ships that you're going to find in an ERT. We ran multiple back-to-back ERT missions, all involving hammerheads, and the 890 jump just sailed right through them. We had the two man turrets. There's one in the front and one on the bottom. They have size 4 laser cannons, and we had a couple of the remote turrets, which are, I believe, size 3 laser repeaters also going. And this ship has 2 missile turrets, which I haven't seen in any other ship in the game yet. But it's pretty cool because they fire off size 2 missiles. It would have been nice to be able to rearm those missile turrets and to continue our little escapades doing ERTs, but it is what it is. You'll actually see those missiles fire a little bit later on in the video. One of the other things that is quite nice about this ship is you have a huge landing bay inside of it. We actually were able to put several Fury snub fighters in there, and our plan was to go use them to take out any fighter escorts or whatnot in some of the ERT missions, but we just didn't need them. So instead we left them in the landing bay. Side note, even though we had 3 Furies sitting in there, we also had a Avenger Warlock as well. So there's tons of room in there. And that Warlock is actually going to save our ass a little bit later on in the video, as you're going to see. Now, if you've never taken a look at the loadout of an 890 jump, I will have the Urkel link in the video description below. So click on the more info there and go check it out. It's a civilian vehicle, so it doesn't quite have the staying power of a military ship, obviously, but right now there's not too many things that can compete with it. So after a few ERT missions here, we're getting down to the last of our missiles, and here you're going to see the missile turrets on the 890 jump be used to fire off and damage the hammerhead that we're fighting in this particular battle. And one of the things that ended up happening, because mostly due to my own mistake, we hadn't rearmed or anything like that or repaired, so we ended up taking some damage after going through multiple ERTs, and we started to lose our turrets. So the front and bottom turret, which contained the bigger guns for this ship, ended up getting damaged to the point where they would stop firing. And you're going to see that just in this clip coming up. The turrets would just stop firing, and it's because of the damage. The repetitive missions just ended up, taking the turrets out eventually. So what ends up happening here is this hammerhead is able to eventually destroy some of the components, and I lose control of the 890 jump, and we end up crashing on this moon. It was kind of a cool little event that happened. All of a sudden power went out, so I'm assuming that the hammerhead was able to get damage onto either our power supply or our engine, one of the two, and we had to abandon ship after we crashed on the moon. This is where the aforementioned Avenger Warlock is going to come into play. So as you can see, here we are in quite the striking pose with the 890 jump, belly up, looking like a dead whale. And you can see that we had pulled out the Avenger Warlock here. You can see some of the Furies there. And that Avenger Warlock, in essence, evac this off. And what do you do when you've lost your 890 jump? Well, you go back to Grimhex and you get some salvagers and you come back and salvage it, of course. So that's what we ended up doing to end our weekly mission run that we like to do as a group. And we got a couple salvagers and decided to strip the 890 jump down. Really liking the different levels of gameplay that we have here, all the different components. It's really starting to show the true potential of what Star Citizen can offer, and once all those different game elements get fleshed out, it'll be really great. Probably for our great-grandchildren when the game gets released, because it's taken a hell of a long time for them to develop this game. And yes, that's not meant to be a slight against CIG or anything. I realize that they've put a lot into the game, and well, it's gonna take even more time for us to get something that's really good. But if this is any indication, I think it's going to be well worth the wait. So let me know what you think. You guys out there, are you running, multiple crew missions, and are you running across things like this? What do you think of the gameplay so far? Do you think this type of added detail and the freedom that you have to do all these different types of missions is something that you're really looking forward to? Do you agree with me that your great-grandchildren are going to have a really good time with this game? All that good stuff. Leave your comments below. As normal, hit the notify, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Until next time, take care.